Yeah, let's do a little good luck, have fun. This hand's awful. Keep it. We're gonna see a mutagenic in response. Oh boy. Seems good. Gonna need a path. Fool says, why are you watching Sean sit a cake now then? Where's the loyalty? What? Super smooth and really lucky. The deck has run like a dream so far. I've kept pretty bad hands and shouldn't have won, but the deck has smoothed out with super top decks. 99% of the time, every draw is live. Awesome. Have you been ancestraling off of your brains, Bill Nye? I'm assuming that you have been. Wait, obviously, can you tell me the name of the song? The last song? It's gone now. You know you can get all my music through the Patreon, right? Holy Diva? At Bill Nye Science Guy, is Sean paying you or something? You're helping me to splurge into this deck? I think we're about to die to like a whole bunch of Rancors on this favorite hoplite, to be honest with you. Last song gone forever. Salt Strobe. That's a lot of damage. Okay. I assume even like... Jeez. Just so everyone knows what to watch after the card horde tourney. I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Yeah. Even if I block with Snapcaster Mage, we're just dead. At least we didn't show him what we are. I mean, he doesn't necessarily... Oh, no, he probed us, so he knows we have white. Alright, let's board. Okay, so he's just trying to go big with some... those types of creatures. Why don't we combo him? We have to live long enough to combo him, mind you, but... Wear Terror for Rancor? I don't know. You want Angers? Pyroclasm seems weak. So do all the burn removal. I mean, like... He didn't see any of our artifact package. The Spell Snare had, like, no targets, by the way, that game. It didn't hit anything. I think this is weak, though. Just because it has a target doesn't mean you want to use it. No Vendilion Click. Can you even justify Nahiri and Jace? They help you find the Kiki combo, but this is not a grind. He's aggressive. I don't think you can justify either of those cards. Sean says use Nahiri to take out his threats. I guess she's better than Jace here. Yeah, the Electro seems bad too, I agree. I think the Anger is also just not going to be good enough as well. Bill says, lol, Sean isn't paying me anything. If anything, it should be the other way around. I've been high on Grixis American game for a long time. I can finally play an amazing deck, but Ancestraling for free is ridiculous. Your opponent's face is best because you shouldn't be able to draw 3 for basically 3. It's dirty and wonderful, makes me tingle. Well, thanks, man. I'm glad you like my take on Ancestral. One more cut. Romance seems pretty bad in this matchup. Let's go. Yeah, Spellstone's not live here. Yep. This is keep. We're already halfway to the combo. We're already halfway there. Wait, how's Ancestling for free work? Why don't you ask Bill? I mean, I'm happy to explain it. The issue of the deck is the paper price. Otherwise, it's one of the best, if not the best brew I've ever played. Ooh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. A lot of people, they freak out, though, Bill, when I tell them that I built something that does that to Ancestral. But everybody's all high on Grixis Gurmag. Seems fine. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. I think you actually get the steam vents. I know I've brought in the sweepers. Or I still have in my... ooh, metal. I almost would just snap bolt this Nicodle now. Now here's the thing. It might be correct to just path it because he could have the mutagenic. He did have it last time. But he doesn't have it. He would have used it already. I mean, he may have topped one. And then that's the blowout and you're sad, but we got. I understand, but lol, but Sean, if you don't mind explaining, I gotta go. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm happy to explain. Also, all my mods know what's going on with the deck, so they could also explain. We're gonna path with Muddle back up. Yep, resolves. Thanks, Rosen. Yeah, Braincestral. It's a real magic card. Braincestral, you ever heard of it? Yeah, Braincestral. Oven mitts with the strong mod work. This is why I was worried about Cryptic, by the way. I need to draw one more. Whew, got there. That was why I was worried about running 2 Cryptics, but we got there, boys and girls. I should say boys and girl. We got there. Rosen got there. Yes, he did. Yeah, sacrifice brain responses, activation, 0 counters, cast ancestral draw, draw 3. In this deck, we do it with Object Foundry. There are other ways to do it, though. I think I'm just gonna put in an angel, right? It might be correct for me to get greedy and get the Steam Vents so I can still cast the Kikijiki. I don't think I'm gonna die to burn. Famous last words, by the way, stream. Don't forget I said that. I'm not gonna die to burn. Just fast forward like 2 minutes. I'm gonna say no. Don't need to bounce the snaps. Watch us just die in a couple minutes here. And see, this is where if I just path the Nikata, I could just snap bolt. Opponent's at 2. Have I ever bounced Brain in response with Cryptic? You technically could do that too, couldn't you? Tutor Tweet. You technically could use the Cryptic to do it. But that would be so much mana. You'd have to have 5 mana, wouldn't you? Tutor Tweet? You'd have to activate the... Okay, Brain would have to be on 0 counters. You'd have to Cryptic your own... I guess I never thought about that. Okay, so how many enablers technically do we have for the Braincestral? It's technically... Well, first you have to have a Brain and you have to have an Ancestral in your hand. That's step 1. But then from there, I typically... Muddle's fine. I mean, after seeing all those Nikatals, I almost want the Angers. Almost. He seemed like a very different deck that time. I just don't like this kind of counter magic in this matchup in general. Same can be said about Cryptic. I'm not a huge fan of either tool in this matchup. I think both of which are pretty slow. Well, no, I mean, Mana Lake might be fine, but... So yeah, so like Muddles are essentially extra copies of Brain. And then you've got the Core, Foundry, and I guess technically Commands would do it. So it's like an 11-to-4 split. Right, because you need a Brain in a jar, you need an Ancestral in hand, Muddle can find Brain, and then I guess a combination of sacrificing the Brain with Foundry, sacrificing the Brain with Core, or bouncing the Brain in response to the ability would work. I just don't like Cryptic or Mana Lake in this match that much. I think I was supposed to take out the Cryptics, to be honest with you. Maybe that's wrong. He's also on the play this game. I think we were wrong about taking out the Angers. He's not always going to have the pump spell. He's not always going to have it. That game demonstrated that he's not going to always have it. He also has yet to see my artifact package, so I don't think it's greedy leaving it in again. He's yet to see it. He hasn't seen it once. We haven't had to show it to him. We just beat him down with a Resto Angel. We have 1 slot. Do you want to just play the Mana Lake? Firewalker will definitely be better here than Leak. Okay. Firewalker it is. Tutor says, oh man, you said my name correct, then recorrected yourself. Rosen recommends the Walker. Is Electrolyze live? Not really. Okay, so for example, this is a hand that can cast the Ancestral faster than suspending it. I'm keeping it though on the back of the path if you're wondering. If you're like, why would you keep a hand like this? It still makes sense to me not to suspend the Ancestral Core and the Brain. We'll get to those cards faster if we don't just suspend the Vision. Could just path this before he gets to untap and actually be able to protect it. Jeez, we drew the second Kiki though? That's brutal. That is actually just really brutal. Okay, why don't we just go Scalding Tarn, pass, we'll get a red source. Or no, we'll get a Sacred Foundry. Now, do you have to play the Brain on 2? No, you don't. You can play it when you have 3. I actually prefer to do so. Or no, we shouldn't because we had the cores. So actually, we're aiming to turn 3 the Ancestral. Tutor says, what was sick tech in the core? Yeah, it's its only purpose in the deck. It's just for Braincestrals. That's all that it's here for. I added it after I decided to trim back down to just a Singleton Foundry. I needed more ways to Braincestral. So I started testing a 1-of core. Alright, Swiss Spear. It may not matter, we may just get beat down here. I might as well just path the Nikado because we're taking the damage anyway, right? And next turn I might want to play the Brain. We're taking the damage anyway, might as well just shock path the Nikado. God, that hurts. Life gain might win. Oh, it's nice that you get a life point. I think the Foundry's stronger because not only... You realize when you do this interaction in my deck, you don't just draw 3, you also gain 1 life, make a Thopter. The core makes you gain 1 life, but this makes you gain a life and you make a Thopter.